your life, you're going to have things you didn't expect. And that's just life. You're going to have things you didn't expect, but there's two approaches to them. No script, no talking points. Just a full transparency talk between you and me. If it's one thing that I've learned that I want you to learn, that I wish I would have known sooner, but it's obviously not knowing sooner, and knowing when you know it at the exact time and the moment serves its purpose. And for me is that your emotions serve as a warning sign. So when things don't go what you plan, be very careful in what you set your eyes on. And you would think, well, that's the most obvious factor. Yeah, it's the most obvious one, but it's the most one that's overlooked. When you're not careful in what you set your eyes upon, you magnify that thing, and that thing can control you and discourage you. Just in the same way I've talked before that your negative and positive thoughts, the negative ones carry so much weight. They do carry so much weight. And just along with your words carry so much weight. Acknowledging such things that come into your life, yeah, you don't like it. And you can admit that you don't like it, but you don't have to stay there. You don't have to continue in that same situation. You don't have to continue down that same path. It is your choice. And you think the odds are stacked against you because you think there's no option, there's no limit. God is not confined by your limitations. So when there's a way, there's a will. When the will is there, there is a way. No matter if you're looking at your outcome and you're thinking, I am limited by my options and choices, I'm telling you, there's more to it than what you're seeing in your limitations. Because if it's one thing that you do, it's a mistake that we so often happens, is that we narrowly look into our situation. And I'm asking you to take a step back. Take a step back and look around, exactly, because there's more choices than what you think. It's just this. And obviously it's not an easy thing to do. Not many can do it because you're fighting against resistance. You're going against doing the easy thing. If it's easy, everyone would be doing it, but because it's not easy, people fall into it, and so it's a trap. And it's recognizing certain things of what life throws at you is a trap. Talked over and over again about in my videos about being grateful, and it's because grateful really does change. Whether if it's a physical illness or is it an emotional illness, or whether it's a mental battle that you're going through, you can look at it and yeah, it can create for you to be in this limping position because it's something you didn't desire. Whether you're going through that mental battle or you're going through things emotionally or physically, and some of what has occurred to you has been out of your control. It's really looking at it, okay, but there is a way to go about this. I can let the thing that's making me limp drag me down completely, or I can continue to limp. It becomes so easy once you sit on the couch and you're watching TV and you're scrolling mindlessly on TikTok. It's easy to stay in that state. It's so easy to stay in that state. You already got into that choice. You dwelled into that. Now the thing is getting out of it. Getting out of it is hard because it's so easy to continue in what you were doing originally. So when life throws shit at you, which it is, you got those two options. You can dwell in it. If it is making you limp, you can allow it to drag you down, or you can continue on limping. And obviously, above all, don't let what life throws at you drag you down. Continue on going. And I know that sometimes when you that's why I said in the beginning of this video, what you place your eyes on is what you're going to magnify. So don't magnify your problems. Because when you magnify your problems, you become so narrowly focused in what you want and what you so desire. It's not always going to work out in the way you desire, because life is more than what your options are. I think the moral of the story of this video is choose to see the good when things aren't going good. I know I'm telling you choose to see the good, but you're like, what about you? And I get that. What about me? It's and the reason that I'm telling you choose to see good is that I've been in that same situation where you have been, where it's so easy to fall and choose to look at the bad, but it doesn't help me, okay, in the direction where I want to go. As long as I'm still alive and I'm still fighting and we're here, it does not help me. So why on earth am I going to do just that? Yes, it's easy, but it doesn't help me. And I've been there before where I did choose to see the bad. But I've also been in the situation where I chose to see the good. A couple of days ago, there's something that kind of clicked to my mind while I was getting ready to go. I was getting ready to go to the gym. And in that second, I was just it was like a hint of panic, but I was like, I refuse. I said it out loud too. I refuse to look at this bad. I refuse to it, because if I did, I felt like a weight on my shoulder, on my chest would just start to form, and I feel like pressure would just start to accumulate. And that's if I started to see the bad. But I chose to see the good. And I chose to be loud and obnoxious. And I chose to say, I refuse. I refuse of that. Things are going to work out for me, because they are. Things are the way they are. Whatever I can control, I'll control them. Whatever I can't, I'll leave it up to God. But if I do choose to see the bad, where does that get me? Because in that moment, if I did choose to see the bad, I probably wouldn't have even gone to the gym. I probably wouldn't have even made it on the times that I'm always trying to beat and get on time, get early. I probably wouldn't have made it. I chose to see the good. So I'm asking you to choose to see the good. And see how your life drastically changes from that. See how the inconveniences, or you didn't do a certain thing or a certain routine in your life because you got in your way of yourself. Or whether it's your limiting beliefs, whether it's the things that life has thrown at you. Choose to see the good. If you stick till the end, like, oh my God, like, thank you, because that shows it's like you're one of the wise. You're always continuing to learn and always wanting to see the experiences. I know that's something I do. I know if it's something that can avoid 10 years of stupidity over someone else's experience, I'll take it. So the fact that you've watched till the end, props to you. Subscribe or don't. Hopefully you do. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Double dab. You did that. That wasn't even a double dab.